Are you looking for the best Wi-Fi speaker that you can get? What even is a Wi-Fi speaker? Well, today I bought all of them and I'm going through them to show you which ones I think are the best and which ones not so much. And I even got my parents to take a listen and tell me which ones they preferred.
I don't really like the looks of it, to tell you the truth.
Oh, really?
That much, yeah.
That one's got like... And we're also gonna bring some non-Wi-Fi speakers just so you have a good full idea of what you're getting into. So firstly, what is a Wi-Fi speaker and why would you want one over just a normal speaker? Well, most speakers use Bluetooth. It's very limited because it's only made to work from your phone or similar device over a short range with limited bandwidth. Wi-Fi's range is theoretically unlimited because it's not based on your device, and it can carry a very large bandwidth. What this essentially means is that you can use a Wi-Fi speaker to hook up your smart devices and use them with your Amazon or Google service, and you can play much higher bandwidth audio. You can do multiple connections at the same time inside of your house, but to be fair to Bluetooth, they are slowly rolling out these features, but you are shooting yourself in the foot if you think that Bluetooth is going to overcome the capabilities of Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is really the way to go for the premium home experience. Everything you see in front of you are some of the best options for Wi-Fi speakers you can currently get in your home setup. There's more of them, but I tried most of them. So let's go on a musical adventure that may exceed some people's gross annual income. First up, if bass is important to you, the Brane X here is the newest kid on the block. They're based in Austin, Texas, and they produce a speaker with a weird special proprietary technology called RAD, Repel Attack Driver. Essentially what it does is it neutralizes the air pressure inside while it's producing sound that allows it to produce even more bass, sometimes sub 30 hertz. It's gonna be the bassiest out of all the speakers here because it uses that technology. If you want a small speaker of this size, or you want to pair two of these at $500, it's kind of not the cheapest speaker, but definitely not the most expensive for the quality of sound. Can you not tell me, is that not the Silent Hill save sound? Is it just me? If so, this speaker gets extra points for that. So here's just a sneak peek at the app. It's pretty basic. You got your plus sign if you want to add a speaker, but I've already got mine added. You can add your Amazon Alexa voice control if you want.
Open the Brane app to set up the voice assistant.
Thank you. Your bass, you have low to high on there, which believe me, you want it on high. And for your EQ, you have 5 bands of control. So a decent amount of control to get it where you want it. One of the most expensive speakers here in the lineup, this is the Devialet Mania. They are a French company, and though this speaker is made in China, it's made to a very high standard. And it better be for $900, because let me tell you, it's really painful to hit click buy when you see the Tennessee tax go onto there. It's almost 10% in Tennessee here. You have to spend so much money on this. Ugh. What you're getting though is one of the tiniest speakers with some of the best stereo separation and really tight sound overall. I kind of hate the looks of it though. It's weird because this strap here is supposed to look like it's movable or flexible, but it's just fixed in place. This thing feels like it came more out of the 2000s or maybe out of a Europop music video or something. In terms of battery life, it's only got 10 hours, but it's got a quick charging port that comes with it that you can just put it on to charge it. You can't actually pair it with other Devialets, but I think you can through Apple AirPlay. This speaker is really meant to be more just listened to by itself, play on its own. Did I mention that it's also very heavy? A few of the features it has is it's supposed to calibrate the sound no matter where you put it, though I have no evidence if that actually works or not. It seemed to sound good no matter where I put it. Here's your volume control. It's actually very intuitive and you can get it precisely to the volume you want with appears to be almost like an infinite amount of steps up and steps down. If you actually want to make the speaker sound better, you can go to the equalizer, but it's only 2 bands. So you have the options of flat or voice, which basically cuts out some of the low end, or custom. Honestly, with this speaker, I don't think you really need to EQ it much. It sounds fantastic no matter what. You also have control over the LEDs if you want to turn those off, your microphone, and other standard voice assistant things here. It's a pretty minimal app, really. Like, this is not a super get in there kind of speaker. Like, it's just you buy it, you listen to it, that's pretty much it. This little beautiful forest creature is the Sonos Move 2. I actually am really impressed with this guy just in terms of the form factor. I can't speak anymore. As soon as I pulled this thing out of the box, I was like, wow, I really like this. One of the things is it has a hidden handle back here. And I know that's just a real simple thing, but you know, instead of having to have like a little lasso up here you have to grab onto, you just get it in the back. And actually it's kind of painful to hold onto it this way because it's so heavy. the volume control. The tactile feedback is very good. Like, just talk about satisfying. I love the matching of the sound to the switch. Just, yeah, the feedback. At 24 hours of battery life, this thing has some of the best battery power out of all the speakers here, but also it has a nice little color matched docking station you can put it in, which just kind of is the piece de resistance of the whole Sonos experience. I am not a Sonos fanboy. I really don't like Sonos, or I didn't, and I always hear bad things, especially about their app, but actually, after playing around with the Move 2, granted I don't have two of them to play with an ecosystem, I'm actually very impressed by like the premium experience they offer. Even getting the box open was very nice. Also, for $79, you can replace the battery here if you need to. In terms of sound quality, I wasn't so impressed with like the bass range of it. The mids and the trebles were very clear on this guide. Like in terms of like listening to radio or something like that, the Sonos seems to really excel for voice. So here is a look at the app here. You can tell they're trying to sell to me with that earphones that I don't want. You've got your Sonos radio here. I honestly don't use the app. I just go straight to Spotify when I'm doing these things. Honestly, I don't use the apps on many of these. I only do the app if I have to like do something that only that it can do, like pairing speakers. So that's the Sonos Move 2. If you were looking for a 70s vibe, look no further than the JBL Authentics 300. They also have the 200, which is smaller, and they have the 500. This is the only one that I'm aware of that has battery power that you can take it around the house. One of the things to note about this is when it's plugged in, you can play it a little bit louder than you would if you have it unplugged. You've got an immediate treble and bass control on top, so you don't have to go to the app for any reason. It's also got this little heart button. The heart button essentially is like a quick go to my favorite song or playlist on my preferred app. So if I were to hit this right now, I'd probably go to Future Islands, which is one of my favorite bands on Spotify. Overall, it's a powerhouse. It's got a giant woofer down there and it can pump out a lot of bass. It's one of the cheaper speakers out there. These handles here are actually made out of metal. Even got an Ethernet port in the back if you want to hook it up to Wi-Fi to make sure you have a robust connection. You can also pair it with other JBLs out there if you want to do stereo in your living room or something like that. So here's what the app looks like here. You've got your speaker. You can set it up for smart Wi-Fi if you want to. The last time I used this, it had Amazon Music on it. I find that the in-app, I have to sign in again. The last time I used the in-app apps, like within the JBL app, they were terrible. Go to the external app, use it there, and then connect to the speaker. It's a lot easier that way. In terms of EQ, let's see. Oh yeah, you don't need to. That's right, because the EQ is on the top there. The most expensive speaker up here, and quite honestly, more than I would ever want to spend on a Bluetooth speaker, is the Bang & Olufsen Beosound A5 here. The handle is actually all wood, which is incredible. The build quality is very nice. They have sort of this like repetitive wood pattern here on the bottom. The only thing I will say that I'm a little disappointed for spending almost $2,000 on this is on some of the wood flakes. You can rub your finger and it feels like you might get a sliver on some of them. Jesus, oh my God. Yep, I think I did. I just got a splinter. God, I build furniture and you gotta sand those things when you're done with them. Otherwise, this is gonna happen. It's also made in China, by the way. It's just really expensive for what it is. You can put your phone on there and you can charge it with the QI charger built inside. That's pretty nice. You've got all manual controls here, 1 through 4 coded buttons over here. That's like your custom buttons. So if you have a radio station that you love, I love the looks. The looks of this speaker are amazing. The sound quality is not. Honestly, it just sounded kind of muddy to me. Like this blew me away with how good this sounded for the size, but the Bang & Olufsen, not really. You know, we don't even have to listen to the audio sample yet, and I will tell you this is the most disappointing speaker that I plucked out of here. Not even my parents liked it that much. It's a nice app. So it has room mode and front mode here. And then as you can see here, there's these buttons. So I'm gonna press 1.
The Lord spoke.
It's religious. I do like the quick features. The app here is a little bit slower than the others I've noticed. Sound mode, lounge, night, speech, party, optimal. So okay, there are quite a few ways you can equalize the sound on here. So you can customize the EQ down here however much you want to. There you go, stereo pair. No potential speakers to pair with, so okay. These two speakers here are not actually Wi-Fi, but because of their popularity, I feel like you need to know about them. They would potentially be a good home speaker if you really are not super hard pressed on the Wi-Fi feature. One is the Bose Max here, currently for about $300, used to be $400. But given the size of this speaker and how good it sounds, this has just been really popular with my audience. This is something to consider if you want a Bose thing. Now, Bose actually does make a home Wi-Fi speaker. It sounds okay, but I hate the Bose app so much that I just refuse to put it out there. I think the Bose Max, even though it's not Wi-Fi, is a much better option for you. Harmon Kardon Go Play Plus 3. It's a real weird name, but basically this is like an 8-hour speaker, no Wi-Fi, but it sounds phenomenal. Look at that big chunky subwoofer down there. Like it just pumps out an incredible amount of pure, beautiful stereo 2.1 audio. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is like it's got a lot of fingerprint smudge on the top here, and it's not entirely intuitive touching the buttons because there's no feedback. But because it sounds so good, you see that startup noise? Wow. It's only like $250. So anyways, get your headphones on because we are going to listen to a little audio sample from each speaker so you can see which one you like the sound of the best. Let's listen. Now, I also brought my parents out to have a listen to these speakers. I didn't have the Bose Max in my possession at the time, and the Harmon Kardon sitting on the wood might have had a slight advantage because of the surface that it was on. But we listened to everything from Wicked soundtrack to Madonna. And here are my parents' thoughts. All right, so one thing I should caveat is that Dad and Mom both have hearing aids.
Yeah.
So
different brands.
Mine are from the VA, but they're still pretty high quality.
Yeah. Mom, out of all the speakers, which one did you kind of prefer for the best sound overall?
For the best sound overall, I like the one on the floor, the boat.
The Harmon, the boat. Okay, the
yeah.
Harmon Kardon. Dad,
Yeah,
which one
that's
do
one
you
I-
prefer now that you listen to them again?
I like the Brane and the Sonos now.
Yeah.
The JBL sounds just, I don't know, it sounds cheap to me. And the little white one doesn't punch out the volume. It's a small speaker and it sounds small. And the
Bang & Olufsen.
Olufsen. I don't know. I just didn't care for that one that much. I don't really like the looks of it. To tell you the truth.
Oh, really?
That much. Yeah.
That one's got like the pinnacle of style.
I know.
Yeah, the Devialet, the white one, actually, like that one is definitely the lowest volume out of all of them. You can turn it up even more, but I was like,
But well, maybe part hearing aids, but it sounds more stereo to me. I can hear more, distinct sounds in both ears.
360 sound.
Yeah.
So
Of all of them,
sound.
that
It seemed to
sounds more stereo.
Open the Brane app to set up the voice assistant.
Shut up.
The brain is
The
voicing
brain
its
is taking
opinion.
over.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so
Okay.
Mom, if you could only take one speaker, would it be the boat?
I still like the white one just because it's smaller. I like the small ones.
So if you were going to take it around your house, you'd prefer the
Yeah,
small
I'd
white
rather
one.
the small one.
Okay.
Although the boat is, I think, the best sound.
Yeah.
I'd probably take the Brane or the Sonos. I just don't know which one, depending on where I want to put it.
And which one was your least favorite, Dad?
JBL.
JBL?
Yeah, JBL.
Wow. So now that my parents graced us with their outsider perspective, here's what I thought about these speakers. Honestly, like, best bang for your buck goes somewhere between the Brane for the bass that it produces and the JBL. Even though my parents didn't really like the JBL, I still think this is a phenomenal speaker, especially at the current price. And this is actually one of the cheaper speakers here. So if you can get this for $300, I think this might be the way to go. The Brane, clearly, yes, it clearly has the most bass out of all of them. It reaches much further into the low end than any of the other speakers. In terms of the quality of the mids and the highs, it's good. I don't think it's the best, but like, you get two of them and it's over. It's gonna sound amazing. I mean, the Harmon Kardon, come on, like, this sounded phenomenal. I think this probably had the best stereo separation out of all of them. Like, it sounded the most balanced, I would say. The Bose Max is normally like one of the most preferable speakers for all my viewers, but honestly, I think the Devialet definitely sounds better. Whether or not that's worth $900 versus $300 to you, I don't know, but you know, I think it was a little outshined by others. Definitely the best 360 sound out of all of them. I kind of want to say the Devialet had like probably the most overall balanced sound out of all of them for what it's got going on in it. I would not get the Devialet Mania unless you just had that much money and you really needed this size. You could buy like 3 of the Harmon Kardons here, although it doesn't have Wi-Fi. The Sonos was extremely clear on the mids and trebles, but yeah, like, I kind of felt like it was missing some of the bass. It just didn't really seem like it was there to me. The Bang & Olufsen probably actually was one of the most boring sounding speakers out of the bunch. This speaker sounded like what a good speaker would sound like 30 years ago. I have no doubt that it has very high quality components in it, but the other speakers just, they breathe more life in the music than this guy. This is just sounds so basic. It's so insulting with how expensive it is. Save your money. If this video does anything for you, this saves your money. Hopefully you can make your own determination about which speaker is best for you, and I hope that this was helpful. So if you made it to the end of the video, thanks so much for watching. This was a pretty big one for me. My pocketbook hurts now, so if you did want to buy one of these speakers, please use an affiliate link. It really helps me out so I can afford to do this kind of thing. This is the public knowledge / service that I provide to you guys for a little bit of AdSense revenue. So anyways, if you made it to the end, you get a little Wi-Fi star. So I will see you guys on the next video. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments. Bye!